Welcome back to the TWSN YouTube channel. We're continuing our countdown until the NFL draft with our team-specific 7-round mock drafts. We are on day 11, which means we'll be tackling the Tennessee Titans today. And there's been some rumors floating around about the Titans potentially trying to trade up in the draft, presumably for a quarterback. But for now, most of these drafts we're not doing any trades at all, so I'm going to be sticking at 11. They don't have the most picks to work with. They've been a little active. They've moved some picks around up and down in the draft the last few years for some players. Regardless, for now, here's the picks they have. We're gonna roll with it. Again, I really do think there's some truth to them wanting to move up. But that's a draft day thing that's gonna happen. And I know in this one it's a simulator, so Stroud's here, Richardson's here. These people are not going to be available here said come draft night. So we're going to go a different direction. And immediately, wide receiver 1, Jackson Smith and Jigba is pretty interesting here to Tennessee, if we're going to be honest. But they invested a first-round pick in a receiver last year. Are they really going to double down at the position? Maybe, maybe not. But I think they really like some of these tackles. But in this mock specifically, a lot of tackles are gone. I still think Broderick Jones. Let's just go ahead and give him Broderick Jones. I think that's still a phenomenal fit. He's kind of got that toughness about him that and I know Tennessee likes those Ohio State guys, so maybe they're hoping Paris Johnson Jr. falls. But they need an offensive lineman pretty bad. I think Broderick Jones kind of fits that mauling scheme that they run with Derrick Henry. Run first, just get your big guys out into space and just attack people through that form of play style. Now, I know we didn't want to go wide receiver early, but in the first for back-to-back years, but I think it totally an option here in the second. And I think Josh Downs is a fantastic fit alongside Treylon Burks for your future. Even Kyle Phillips, shout out to him. A little bit of flew under the radar a little bit, but he's going to be a pretty solid slot in the NFL. But again, you get some speed to pair with Burks' size there. Just a really good duo, to be honest. I kind of really like the fit. That's not a fit, Josh Downs to Tennessee, that I have really gotten into too much detail with up until right now, but I really like that size and speed combo with both of them on the field at the same time. Hopefully the quarterback play can pick up so they can have better seasons than they had. Now again, I think those are probably their two biggest needs right off the bat. Quarterback is going to be interesting. Interior offensive line is also pretty important to them. They just need some bodies. I think Whiteblair would be a great fit here. I've given Whiteblair to some other teams throughout this mock draft process, but let's go ahead and do it again here. Again, I just told you about how Tennessee likes their Ohio State guys, really. Obviously, with Mike Rabel being there, I think that's a fantastic fit. I think, there's even if he wasn't here, I still probably could have went in the direction of some of these other guys, Nick Broker, Alamani, and some of these other guys that are really solid as well. But the thing about these first 3 picks for the Titans is, if you can't tell, we've been waiting a while for our next pick. They pick at 72. They pick at 11, 41, and 72. And then they don't pick again until 147. It's nearly, it's a little bit over 70 spots away. So they really, really have to make the most of their first 3 picks. And the Titans are in a position to where, they want to win now. They have Derrick Henry, they have an older running back, they have an older quarterback. They need to kind of be in that position to win now. That's kind of the direction they're going. Obviously, they could flip it at any time and start their rebuild. But those first 3 picks really help them win right now, and for the future too. But they're day one contributors is more so what I mean. These next 3 picks, maybe not. They might be, but maybe not. So again, quarterback wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to take another shot on one. I think if they're not getting one early, they're not going to take one. They took Willis in the 3rd last year. I think they'll just kind of hold on there. I'm going to look to give them maybe some more juice, some pass rushing juice off the edge. I like a lot of these guys. Britton Cox Jr., Yaya Diaby is fun too. DJ Johnson's kind of fun as well. But let's just go ahead and give him Ali Gay from LA. It's a really solid pick there. A lot of these edge guys are solid. I think there's a pretty deep class. I think the Titans need a guy coming off the edge to, just even if it's really just depth for them. They need a guy that can probably play a little bit more year one, and that's why I kind of went Gay over some of these other options potentially. Gay might not have the highest ceiling, but I think he can kind of come in and help them early. And I think that will be very beneficial to them. And I know they had drafted Chigo Konku last year. These tight ends are still pretty interesting. And a fit that I love a lot is Britton Strange. I think he's a fantastic complement to a guy like Chigo Konku. Britton Strange is a phenomenal pass blocker and a run blocker. You can run your two tight end sets without being too one dimensional. So you can put them both on the field and you can be dangerous. They can both provide you a little little bit of something in one way or the other. Strange is going to be your run blocker. Chick's going to be your receiver, but they can coexist on the field as well, which is very, very important in my opinion when you are looking at tight end pairings. Again, I think you can double dip in any of these areas. Wide receiver is another position that I really do think the Titans could double dip on. So I definitely do not want to rule that one out. But Trey Tucker is interesting, but he's similar-ish to Josh Allen, so I don't necessarily want to go that direction again. Andre Isovas from Princeton is honestly pretty tempting to me right here. But do I want to do it? With the little amount of picks they have, I just don't know if they will double dip. But they easily could. I know they might not double dip, and I might double dip an edge, but I think edge is obviously just more an acceptable place to do that. That's a tough one. DJ Johnson's pretty tempting to me. I mean, some of these running backs here are awesome, but I don't think Izzy's going to be here in what round are we in, the 7th round? That's just not really possible. So I want to stick to a little bit more realism there for Tennessee Titans fans. And I think the way the Titans kind of like to do things, I might go double dip in the interior offensive line, and I'm going to give them John Gaines from play. They love to run the football. That is their identity. Until they show signs of going away from that, I think you have to kind of continue to play that in the draft. You get 3 offensive linemen here in the 6 picks you have. You get younger there. You get 3 pretty good run blockers as well. The Titans are in a really weird spot. They kind of want to win now. Their future is not terribly bright. What direction do you really want to push one way or the other? You can only walk the middle between those two for so long. I think this draft really kind of helps them walk that line a little longer with giving them a little more future upside as well. Project Jones can easily be a tackle of the future for you. Whiteplayer can easily be your center guard of the future. Josh Downs is a phenomenal complement to Treylon Burks to work into that 1A, 1B. And then you get a really good rotational edge rusher, a complement tight end to Chigo Konku that can block phenomenally well for your running scheme. And then John Gaines, an interior offensive lineman that is extremely versatile, can play all 3 spots within the interior. And I know like I said, the Titans are very interesting. They can go any direction in this draft, and I will not be surprised. They can take some higher swings on some upside, try to, really make their future a little brighter, or they can continue to try to play the win now card. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Titans do come draft night. But if you're interested to see what your team does as we continue to count down until the NFL draft, make sure you follow along on all TWSN social medias so you can see your team's team-specific 7-round mock draft. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here on the TWSN YouTube channel again soon.